Well now, it seems that there is an intruder in my cave of splendors, here to sneak and slither and stuff their pockets with what is rightfully mine. My hoard, my silver, gold, gems, and all that is coveted by you little adventurers is infinitely more precious to me. You shall not claim one piece of it. You tremble in the shadows, but I can smell you, adventurer. I can smell the books in your bag and their secrets within. I can smell the sands of the dunes crushed beneath your boots. So do not think you can hide from me. Step forward and face your death with honor, or be crushed beneath the treasure you sought to steal. I am not what you expected. Of course not. But this form can just as easily end your pathetically short life, so do not think to mock me with your trite insults. Your foolishness will be your undoing. What is that instrument you carry? It is precious to you, isn't it? I will add it to my collection when I am done picking you from my teeth. You are a bard. It has been some time since a court jester has stumbled into my domain. Your kind are always so talkative. But your music is intriguing. I have not heard such melodies before. You wish to serenade me? Very well. I will withhold my hunger for now, while you enjoy your last moments of peace. Flattery is the only thing keeping you alive. Yes, that is what the fools of the land call me. But I have many titles. The Sapphire Queen, the Cobalt Keeper, the Laughing Storm. But you, strange little songbird, may address me as Cytarrul the Eternal. Now, proceed with your praise and exaltations of my power and wrath. And my beauty. This form appeals to you, does it? Those are dangerous words, especially to be uttered so carelessly at a time such as this. You look confused. Tell me, what do you know of dragons? Yes. We are magnificent beasts of infinite power, wisdom, and majesty. But you were rather taken aback when you first beheld this form. This is your first time encountering a dragon in humanoid shape, isn't it? Do not lie. I smell the stink of lies as you smell the stink of rotting flesh. I am no tavern girl, inexperienced in the ways of wicked wordsmiths. I am an ancient beast, with ancient appetites. Feel the strength of my grip as I hold you to this pillar. carved by the hands of 1,000 worshippers, who praised me and adored every scale, every tooth, every breath of me. Is that what brought you here, songbird? You wish to worship my splendor? No answer. A bard with nothing to say. Well now, aren't you a curious one? With such dexterous skill and a strong physique. With you pinned here like this, let me examine you closer. Such fine hands, and the skin at your neck is rich with your natural scent. The perfume of forests and fine silks caught in your hair. The scent of wine on your lips. Ah, did you drink from your flask before entering my domain? A little liquid courage. Are you really that afraid of me? This form has many enjoyable uses, little songbird. Do you not feel the heat rising in my flesh? The scent of a storm about to break lingering around me. It's intoxicating, isn't it? Didn't your elders ever warn you to never approach a dragon when they're in heat? The way your heart leapt and your body trembled is just delicious. Slaking our hungers becomes simpler when we take humanoid forms. Less chances of our partner meeting an awkward end. There is a grave price to pay for intruding upon my home with empty pockets and covetous ambitions. Everything has its price, and you are yet to pay yours. While your coin purse is a pretty temptation to a dragon such as I, what you can give me is much more unique. You are a bard, are you not? The price for my forgiveness is entertain me. Entertain me with the rush of your pulse as you try to run from me. Find a place among my cave to hide in, and I will hunt you. I will find you, of course. My prey has never escaped me. And from there, we shall see. Perhaps you'll get lucky and escape me for tonight. But I have taken a liking to you, little songbird. So it's time to see just how fast you can fly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Where are you, little songbird? Where has my prey gone? Another thing about this form that we find useful is that while we are not at our full majesty, we do not make as much noise when we move. It is especially useful when hunting. Without hearing the thunder of our own steps and the calamity of the beat of our wings, we can hear every breath drawn, sense every bead of sweat gliding down your flesh, smell the sweetness of your blood. But for you, it is more than fear that fuels your steps. Good. Fear sours the meat, and I want to take my time when I sink my teeth into you. Could it be that you, little songbird, are enjoying this? A strangely familiar dance, is it not? A waltz between monster and adventurer. But tonight, can you sense the heat in the air as my lightning crackles through the cavern above us? The breathless gasp of a storm about to break. But I wonder how little it'll take to break you. You think you have escaped me, my prey? I think not. I know every dark corner of my domain, just as I know every scale on my body, every coin in my hoard. And I know where you are. There you are. Feel my claws wrapping around your throat. Feel how easily I can break you as I push you to the ground. Yes, try to crawl away like the pathetic little mortal you are. But you won't get far. I am stronger than you can imagine, swifter than lightning, and hungrier than I have been in decades. Lie still, little songbird. No sense in flapping your wings anymore. Not with my clawed foot pinning you to the ground. Your throat feels so delicate between my toes, your breath gasping against my leg. Watching you whimper and writhe under my foot like a helpless bird is doing wonders at whetting my appetite. I should crush your neck right now, end your miserable life on a memorable note, devour you and add your pretty trinkets to my hoard. But look at you, all flustered. I must say, you look especially submissive and breedable tonight. Stay still. Enjoy the feeling of lying atop a mountain of treasure worth more than the ransom of 1,000 kings. This is a sight that few have had the privilege of beholding. An ancient dragon sitting astride them. You may be a talented bard, but no one will believe this tale. Look at you, as flushed as a rose in summer, and just as fragrant. Was that a whimper, little songbird? Are you starting to enjoy this just as much as I am? I can hear your heart, loud as thunder, and your hands along my waist are just as electrifying. I can taste the heat rising off you as you writhe beneath me. And pull me closer. That smile you tried to conceal is just too delicious, little songbird. Do not hide your pleasure from me, not while you're in my esteemed company. There is no escape from me, adventurer. So close your eyes and let me taste those lips of yours. What is it, my little songbird? You should be fast asleep by now. Dawn will not rise for several hours, and you need to recover your strength. You cannot sleep. Why not? Yes. The air in my cavern is filled with the scent of the storm, of lightning just about to strike. It's wonderful, is it not? It's giving you a headache. Well, that's certainly not good. The only aches you should be feeling is the delicious agony in your flesh after being thoroughly loved by me. But I suppose I should take care of you, little songbird. I can't have such unruly storms filling your head with pain and fatigue. After all, you did your best to satisfy me. And for the first time in several hundred years, I was impressed. It seems that you bards are a surprisingly hardy breed. I will need to push your limits further next time. But come here. Let me cup your face in my hand. Your brow is furrowed, and your face is flushed. Are you really unable to rest, little songbird? Well, that simply won't do. I can't have you tossing and turning while you lay beside me. It disrupts my slumber, and we dragons relish in a good long nap. Get up, get dressed, and bring your musical instrument with you, so that you can serenade me during this respite. I could do with some fresh air as well, it seems. Where are we going? Well, After pleasing me with song and sensual embrace, and not shattering into an incoherent mess of splayed limbs and broken words, you deserve a reward. Hopefully you can still walk, albeit a little awkwardly. There are a great many steps to the top of this cavern, but luckily for you, there is a carved passage to make the walk easier on mortal feet. But if you falter, I suppose I can carry you. If you ask nicely, that is. Perhaps I'm simply in a good mood, but for a dragon, I'm getting to be dangerously generous. Now, come with me. I am going to show you one of the greatest sights in the land. This expansive balcony was carved by my former worshippers, decorated with fine carvings of my draconic likeness, and adorned with delicate gold inlay and these tiles of lapis lazuli. Why is it so big? To accommodate my true, resplendent form, of course. On days when the sun is high in the sky, I soar over the desert sands like a magnificent storm, the thunderclap of my wings heralding my arrival. Treasures clutched in my claws to add to my hoard. And when the night falls, I return to this perch so that I may rest. Well then, get over here. Do not stand there so timidly, mortal. Rest your back to my chest. I want to wrap my arms around you. You are very warm, and I enjoy keeping you close while we are outside. I dislike the cold, so you are not going anywhere until I dismiss you. Besides, you still have your hands free. I want you to play me something while we breathe in the night air together. I enjoy being outside, but at night, I too can sometimes find my rest disturbed. By what? A great many things, little songbird. Idle thoughts of distant treasures, reflections on the eons past in my lifetime, former allies and new enemies. I am a wise and powerful beast after all. Sometimes it is a terrible burden to bear. Good. Yes, I'm nuzzling into your neck. It's warm here. Are you complaining? I thought not. In the distance, do you see that collection of lights? Yes, that is indeed the capital. The crown jewel of this great kingdom. It's rather pretty from this distance, don't you think? Full of glittering riches that call to beasts such as I, just as a harpy calls to their prey. I know that if I were ever to dare come close to that city, they would most likely strike me down. It is no secret that magic runs through these lands, and that city is teeming with dangerous mages who would rise to protect it. And they would relish in slaying the Sapphire Queen. But despite my vast intellect and unbreakable self-control, I still hear the song. The song of coin exchanging hands. The song of light hitting the facets of a gem. The song of all that shimmers. I will tell you a secret, little adventurer. A secret that may one day save your life should you cross paths with another of my chromatic kin. The song is something all dragons are prey to, being consumed entirely by the melody that no one else can hear. In my tongue, it is called Ferod Merik. I believe in common, it would be called the Golden Requiem. You, my little songbird, could practice your craft for 1,000 years and never know the power and beauty of that song. It is bittersweet, cruel, and magnificent. And if we listen too long and let it seduce us, overwhelm us, it becomes our death knell. For all that has changed in this world, kingdoms rising and falling, the passing of the ages, that song in our hearts will always remain. But your music is a welcome distraction. Perhaps you will not need to practice 1,000 years after all. Tell me, who currently rules that glittering city? Well, with a title like that, they're clearly compensating for something. Don't you give me that look, little songbird. I live up to my lofty titles, unlike weak little mortals like yourself. And be careful. You may have earned my favor for now, but do not think you can mock me and get away with it. Especially with the slope of your neck and shoulder so close to my fangs, so dangerously warm and inviting. Oh, but look at all the marks I've already made on this soft, sweet flesh of yours. Your skin is now decorated in a field of amethysts, sapphires, and rubies, given so generously by my teeth and tongue. But I also smell the drying blood on some of these deeper bites. These are the ones that will not fade. Like here, this bite above your collarbone. Do you know what happens when a mortal receives a bite from me and lives to tell the tale? Well, the scar left behind is different from that which is left by the kiss of a blade. We dragons are magical creatures after all, and these marks serve to show who you belong to. This crescent wound will heal, but this dark blue bruising will not fade. And in time, even flecks of gold will be caught in your skin, like the blue and gold scales that adorn my magnificent form. You too will carry a small sliver of my beauty. There you go, Bard. There's some inspiring words for you. I look forward to hearing the song you compose about this encounter. I have a short while left of my heat to endure, only another week at the most. But once it is over, you may resume your adventure, provided that you have the stamina to survive the next few nights, of course. I want you to spread tales of my majesty and power across the land. Just let me rest my face here, in the curve of your neck, which feels warmer than it was a few minutes ago. I wonder why. Come with you. I don't think that will be a good idea. In my caverns I am safe. If I move amongst you mortals, I know there will come a time when one reckless fool will try to draw blood from me. And I cannot be Cytarrul the Eternal if people know that I too can be slain. It does not matter if I am alone. I have been alone for centuries, and will remain alone. You are just an enjoyable distraction from my lifetime of solitude. At least since my worshippers left me. Oh, I didn't mean to grip you so tightly. Don't think too much about it. In time you will leave, and I will remain with my hoard, and the memories of your wonderful songs. Just stay this way with me for a little longer. Then we will return to my cavern to sleep. And thank you, my songbird. It has been a while since I have spoken freely with another, and it's been a pleasure to experience that silver tongue of yours. For now, just enjoy the sight of the infinite stars above us and the strength of my arms around you. Little songbird, where have you gone to? Hiding somewhere among my vast riches. Ah, there you are. I was wondering where you'd flown off to. You were reading? Oh, did you find something interesting? Let me see. I haven't seen that charming treasure in quite some time. It's called the Tome of Mazalek the Magnificent. I had a brief glance at it a few decades ago when I acquired it, but I haven't looked at it since. You've heard of it, have you? I suppose it is an ancient and valuable tome to bards such as you. How did I get it? Well, I had heard of a powerful artifact being protected by a group of adventurers, so, of course, I wanted to take it for myself. I easily decimated them, but the leader of this merry band protected that tome with his life. A life I ended quickly. Those foolish mortals had proven how valuable it was to them. But when I opened it, it was just a collection of stories, and some spells that I did not have the care to learn, as they seemed more suited to those of a more musically inclined form of magic. So here it sat, as part of my magnificent hoard. I am glad that you have an appreciation for such a book. I'm certain that it will help strengthen your talents. Though I would advise putting it down. There is something I must speak to you about. It has been several delicious weeks, but my heat is finally over, and my primal needs have been satisfied. More than satisfied, to be honest. I commend you for your courage and your stamina. You have been good company these past weeks, and I have enjoyed our time spent in each other's arms. The heat of your kiss is a sensation that I won't soon forget. But my favorite delight of our time spent together is making these marks along your neck and shoulder. And feeling the warmth rising in your flesh as I touch you. Like now, as I cup your fragile neck in my hands. My, how you look at me so adoringly. I will not lie, you have become quite the precious little trinket, and have been a welcome addition to my hoard. However, something doesn't make sense to me. I said that after my heat has passed, I would let you leave this place. The promise of a dragon is a powerful thing, and my nature is not duplicitous like my green-scaled kin. I will keep to my word, but I do not understand why this pain has settled within me. The thought of you leaving brings me pain. I have realized my mistake. You bards, with your wicked tongues and quick wits, are stronger than you seem. I have grown complacent in my solitude, and have forgotten the power of a wordsmith blessed with luck and skill and the danger they hold. This sensation that I feel at the thought of losing you. You have cast some spell over me, something to make me feel this attachment to you. This is the only reason for this unfamiliar agony. So tell me, little songbird, what this enchantment is. How can I break this spell? I will choke the answers out of you. Do not lie to me. You say that you have done no such thing, but lies come easily to mortals such as you. You will do whatever you need to do to survive. But for this great crime against me, I should slay you and end your life and this deception here and now. Then no more lies will spill from those beautiful lips of yours. No more stories. No more sweet songs. What? No, that thought doesn't make me sad. I am Cytarrul the Eternal, and I decimate my enemies with lightning and the tear of my teeth and claws. But you're not an enemy. But I feel this pain when I think of you leaving. Only enemies bring me pain, not lovers. Not those I've lain with. I don't understand this. Yes, I know my claws are still around your throat. Just don't speak. Let me think. This is just sentiment. That's what this is. Nothing more. Of course not. Fine. I will release my grip on your throat, but any sudden moves, and I will take my true form and eat you whole. Understand? Good. There. Breathe. You'll be fine. I have all I could ever want. My hoard is one of legend. My domain is vast and secure, and my name is carried across the lands in awe-inspiring tales. This sentiment I feel for you is misplaced. My lust has been satisfied. Would you survive for a mortal plaything anymore? I suppose I could keep you as a pet, but I had already said that I would release you. And what is the point of a pet that'll wither and die within a few short decades, when I will continue to be eternal and alone? What? Do I want you to stay? No. No, I do not. If I make you stay, in time you will come to know me. And you will hate me for entrapping you here with me, for my selfishness, for my cruelty. What do you think happened to my followers? They were bound by their words to stay with me, worship me, protect me. But mortals such as you are not meant to remain imprisoned. Over time, they lost faith in me, and then they were gone. the same fate will befall you. You may take pleasure in my company now, but your songs will begin to twist with fear and anger, and will no longer bring me joy. And what use is keeping a songbird? It only brings me sorrow. No. You must go, and you must go now. I cannot change my nature. I am a dragon, magnificent, but prideful and hard-hearted, and I do not know how long my mercy towards you will last. This unfamiliar affection I feel for you will not protect you from my more bestial impulses forever. Come closer. Let me look at you. I am calmer. I will not hurt you. You really are a lovely little thing, aren't you? But I see the fear in your eyes as I hold your face in my hands. The bruise forming on your neck where I held you too tightly. You must go. I fear what will become of you should you stay. But you should take something for the journey ahead, so that you don't return to the world of mortals empty-handed. Take the book. You didn't finish reading it after all. It's what you came for, isn't it? Seeking riches beyond imagination, to fill your pockets with gold, to steal from my magnificent hoard. Take this, for it is useless to me. I'm sure if you find the right buyer, you'll have more platinum than you can spend in 3 lifetimes. Perhaps I want to make things right before you leave. Or perhaps this is a bribe. I will be willing to part with this treasure on the condition that you return to the world of mortals and tell great tales of my might, majesty, and beauty. But never reveal the location of my home or speak of any weaknesses you have learned. Promise me this. Swear it on your life. Good little songbird. Will you permit me to indulge in one last embrace? One last kiss? Thank you. These marks along your throat will remind you of our time together. But let me give you just one more. Please. Thank you, my little songbird. These marks I've made on you will not fade. Not even magic can remove them from your flesh. But they serve another purpose. No matter where you go in this world, I will be able to find you. From the deepest depths of the Underdark to the peaks of the highest mountains, I will be able to follow your delicious scent. Should you break your vow to me, and I will know if you do. I will decimate any city that harbors you, and slay anyone who stands between us. Do you understand? Good. Now go. You have what you came here for. Be grateful that I'm letting you leave in one piece. Fly away, little songbird. Perhaps one day I will see you again. Go! Just as time wears down a mountain to grains of sand, so too does time ease the agony of being parted from the magnificent blue dragon Cytarrul. The crescent marks and their sapphire hue remain upon your skin as a bittersweet reminder of your time spent as part of her hoard, satisfying her ravenous appetites. Your bardic talents have helped your name spread across the land, and during one passionate performance in the desert capital, you notice a cloaked figure lingering in the shadows, her eyes glinting in the darkness like 2 gold coins. You have quite the voice. I have heard many bards in my time, but few compare when it comes to passion and sincerity. I do have some questions, though, about that last song. The Eternal Heart was the name of the ballad, correct? Right. So, you bards love to sing in pretty metaphors. I assumed it was to sneak scandalous messages into your songs. But that song, it felt as though it was sung with truth, from a place of pain rather than peace. The woman you sang of, the queen with the crown of sapphires in her kingdom of echoes and sand, she sounded positively monstrous, a beast through and through. Yet your voice faltered for just a moment when you sang of her losing her precious pet. A nightingale, correct? A sweet little thing in a golden cage that made her happy, but also made her weak. I have to ask, as the composer, was the nightingale happy to fly free once more, or did they yearn for the safety and comfort of their cage? So, they loved the queen, not the cage, and would have stayed if she had not raised her hand in violence. They're quite the brave little bird to endure the company of such a beastly soul. Oh, how you defend her so quickly. She wasn't like that. Then what was a virtue of hers? She was gentle. You speak so kindly of her. I wonder if she deserves such sweet words from a lovely little songbird like you. What is wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. You want to see my face? Some of us weary travelers prefer discretion, but I will show you If you say please. You were always such a good little songbird. Did you miss me? An embrace. Shh. Calm yourself, but it is very, very good to see you again. Have you finished your performance for the night? Good. Let's sit somewhere quiet. I've had enough of everyone staring at you in adoration. Let me do that for a while. Your songs have gotten sweeter somehow. Perhaps not having the threat of a terrible death looming overhead has improved your talents. Yes, I know I said I should not leave my hoard, but I took the time to methodically place protection spells on it, and any who dare trespass will meet a terrible fate that involves many painful bolts of lightning. And I sensed there was a great and wonderful treasure in this city, and my hoard has been stagnant for quite some time. Every coin has been counted, every gem is polished, and now I hunger for a new addition to my splendor. As I no longer have my worshippers to assist me, I am forced to seek it out myself. And in my search, I just so happened to hear a familiar voice. A wonderful voice that has haunted my dreams for many nights. Songbird,
Hey, you just performed, right? I love your voice so much. What's your name? That's a wonderful name. Can I sit down?
No.
I'm sorry. You already have company. Unless you two are just friends and perhaps you're interested in some other company tonight?
Well, answer her.
Have fun, you two, and thank you for the wonderful show. I hope you perform again soon. Weird.
Do you have a room in this tavern for tonight? Good. Because it seems to me that you've forgotten who you belong to, and I plan on reminding you. Well, that seems to have stirred your spirits. Shall we? Do you know how many nights you have filled my head, consuming my dreams with memories of the heat of your skin, the tremble of your hands, all those delicious little moans and whimpers you're capable of? Oh, yes, just like that. I love how you lean into my touch. Have you missed the wicked kiss of my claws and teeth? I thought so. I know the poets claim that absence makes the heart grow fonder, but they will never know the banes of a draconic heart, the agony of having something precious of yours fly away from you. Oh, how I've missed this neck. Will you let me remove your shirt? I want to see the marks. Thank you. Oh, there we are. And they haven't faded in the slightest. Oh, how I have missed seeing you so exposed. And from the way you're gripping my waist and looking at me with that glazed over expression, I'll take it that you missed my company as well. I am glad. I half expected that upon seeing me again, you would have run screaming from me or alerted the city guard. Few, if any, greet a blue dragon with a delighted smile and a joyful heart. I was not a kind lover, but while I cannot deny my true nature and the hunger that I am burdened by, I want to try to be more like the queen you sing of so sweetly. I want to try to be better. For you, my little songbird. I don't want you to be afraid of me anymore. Tonight, though, will you let me renew those beautiful marks across your flesh? Good little songbird. Who dares awaken us from our slumber? What do you want? That's the one, with the blue scales. Use the arcane shackles. What is the meaning of this? Sorceress, you're under arrest on a suspicion of being in league with a blue dragon. What are you speaking of, you fool? You, Bard. Do not interfere. This is city business. Do not lay your hands upon them. No! I cannot transform. My magic is nullified, thanks to those cuffs. Now come quietly, or we will not hesitate to show force. Bard, do not come any closer. I'll kill you if you harm my songbird. Noisy bitch. Don't you worry, Bard. You are now safe from this dangerous sorceress, thanks to a tip from a concerned citizen. She saw you last night and saw that you were perhaps under duress. Upon seeing the blue scales upon her face, it was quick to assume that she was perhaps serving that horrendous beast in the mountains. What will happen to her? She will be taken to the district jail to be interrogated, and her fate will be decided from there. Calm yourself, and get dressed. You have a performance tonight, don't you? Don't worry, you're finally safe from that wicked temptress. Word quickly spread throughout the city that the sorceress that had been captured was in fact the fearsome blue dragon that had plagued the lands for over a century. Bound in magical chains that prevented Cytarrul's transformation into a true monstrous form, she was dragged before the city's rulers, and it was quickly decided that she was to be executed at sunrise. It was even rumoured that her draconic remains were to be sold at auction. But of course, you will have none of this. Using your magic and charm, you manage to beguile your way into the dungeons where your beloved Cytarrul is being held captive. What is that? Where is that music coming from? Who goes there? Another disgusting mortal here to gawk at the Sapphire Queen? Oh, it's you, Songbird. A part of me is pleased that you are unharmed, but you arrive without an escort of guards at your back. What do you want? You're here to help me. And what makes you think I need your help? I am perfectly capable of freeing myself at the time of my choosing. These fools think they can contain a magnificent creature such as I, and they will pay dearly for their arrogance. What's that face for? You need not concern yourself, my songbird. I know they plan to execute me, but they will not even dare to. I am a rarity in these lands. My power and beauty are beyond compare. I am as eternal as the blue in the sky or the heat in the sands. To slay me would be to rob the kingdom of one of its finest jewels. Did you just tell me to be quiet? You are growing too familiar, Songbird, to speak so brashly to the one they call the Laughing Storm. Perhaps you are not here to offer aid. Have you come to mock me, Songbird? I'm aware that it is rather amusing to see a dragon in a dungeon. You must be starting to feel like a true adventurer now. No, perhaps you're here for another reason. I have had time to think these past nights, how I let myself have that moment of weakness, lying with you in that pathetic little tavern. And after you've had your fill of me, the sun rises and the guards come running. Your music filling my head, filling my heart, luring me to the city and away from my hoard. You tipped them off, didn't you? Tell me, how much was the bounty on my head, little songbird? I should have known I couldn't trust... You bit my lip? Why would you... To get me to shut up. Fine, I'll be quiet. What do you want to say? Sing your song swiftly, songbird, or I'll reach through these bars and claw your traitorous eyes out. You didn't betray me. And that I should damn my pride and let you help me. Your heartbeat is steady, and you do not turn your gaze from mine. While perhaps you were not the one who ensnared me, it was my sentimental attachments that led to this predicament. I should never have left my mountain. And damn my pride, I am practically humble by dragon standards. In fact, I am considered to be the most humble. What are you... I already said I don't need your help. No, I am not escaping with you. I just happen to be deciding right now that this is the perfect time to get out of this disgusting city. You wouldn't happen to have the keys for these magical cuffs, would you? That little bite from earlier shouldn't have broken the skin, but the longer I'm in this form, the more detached I become from my true power. The arcane key should be in the guards' quarters. Very well. And I was not asking for help just then, I was... Guards, quickly, in here. Yes, I know it's a tight squeeze, but just... Here. Rest your head against my throat and I'll keep my hands up here. Don't wiggle like that, my songbird. We need to be quiet. I can feel the heat of your face against my skin. You need not get so flustered. We've been intimately entwined like this many times before. So stop distracting me, or else they'll hear us. I think they're gone, but they will pass by my cell soon. We must hurry. The guards' quarters are up ahead. Oh, that's good. Then you can break these shackles and I can finally fly free once more. Hey, what? Oh, you really should just kill them, you know. These sleep spells won't last forever. Now find that arcane key. What do you mean it's not here? You said it would be here, you idiot! Quickly, get the bard. No, stop! Songbird, you need to get up. Is this blood? Get away from them, you monster. No. You dared harm my precious songbird. I said get back. You disgusting mortals think you can slay whatever you like, take whatever you like, but you shall not take my songbird from me. They are mine! Succumb to the power of the Sapphire Queen. I am the storm that takes pleasure in your pain. Songbird, what? Why do you stand in my way? You want me to stop, but they caused you to bleed. I will incinerate their flesh. I will pick my teeth with the bones of their children. Very well. I shall let them go, for now, if that is what you wish. for helping me. Hush. Save your strength. I will somehow make this right. Hold tight to my talons. I will carry you as we fly. We're going home, my songbird. Songbird? Are you awake? You can pretend to be asleep all you like, but I can hear your quickened heartbeat and see the smile you're trying to hide. Come on, little songbird. Open your eyes. There we go. There's those beautiful eyes and that devilish smile. Yes, I'm still in my true form. Magnificent, isn't it? Why? Well, back in the city I lost control of my rage, and my power shattered through the magical restraints. So I worried that I may not be able to shift back into this form if I resumed my humanoid one so soon. I thought it best to remain in my true resplendence until we return to my hoard, and my strength is renewed within the safety of my caves. Besides, I can be spotted from a mile away, and any wayward travelers would be wise to steer clear of this oasis until we have left. They may have been able to subdue me when I was smaller, in that disgusting capital full of foolish mages. But they'll think twice before approaching a blue dragon out in the wild. Fear not, my songbird. We will not be disturbed. You need time to rest before night comes, and we will continue our journey once the moon has risen. Why did we stop at the oasis? It is unwise to continue flying during the hottest hours of the day, where you would be exposed to the baking heat of the sun. Besides, you were steadily losing blood and needed to have that wound treated. Given my current form, removing the crossbow bolt and bandaging the wound required a delicate touch, a difficult task to accomplish with my very long claws. But now that you're awake, you can probably adjust the bandages yourself so they're more comfortable. I know you're still healing, but let me nuzzle my snout into you, since you cannot embrace me fully just yet. Your hands feel wonderful against my scales. Can you feel the soft tingle of lightning across your fingertips? It's like caressing a storm cloud. Well, I am called the Laughing Storm after all. A part of me was worried you'd never wake. But here you are, touching me as softly as though I were a sweet, fragile little pet curled up on your lap. Now don't get carried away. I'm still a dangerous, fearsome dragon. Oh, yes. Keep running your fingers under my chin. Yes. Oh, right there. Let me just curl up by your side. And don't get used to this. I'm only permitting you to stroke my scales because I want to make things right between us. And there's no one else around to see this. And don't you dare put this in any songs. Promises, promises. Oh, and I brought you a little something. Well, little for me, an absolute bounty for you. Here, let me scoop you up in my claws and carry you over. While you slept, I took a short flight to look for resources and happened to spot a passing caravan. So I decided to help myself. Yes to the whole caravan. What became of the driver? It was a merchant of some kind, all dressed up in flashy robes, and they ran screaming into the dunes. The horses weren't so lucky. Oh, don't give me that look. Do you have any idea how much I need to eat to keep up my strength in this form? If it makes you feel any better, I ate the horses quickly, and they did not suffer. I even made sure to clean the blood from my scales before returning to you. I didn't want you to die of fright seeing a dragon smeared with blood looming over you. Oh, look, I am trying. I am unaccustomed to making mortals happy. But I said that I would make things right. It was through my actions that you got hurt. So letting you pet me and getting you a caravan full of things that mortals like is my way of saying I am I'm sorry. Now when you're done wearing that smug grin on your face, have a look through the caravan for some clean clothes. And I smelt treasure in there somewhere, so be sure to show me if you see anything interesting. Did you find something, my songbird? A box of potions. Very good. Drink one of those now and the wound shall heal up nicely. Are you feeling any better? Ah, wonderful. Keep the rest of those safe. As a dragon, I have my incredible stamina, but you humans are so fragile, and you might need those potions in the future, especially once I resume my human form and we can have more fun together. Oh, I smell something pretty. Something made of gold. Jewelry. Show it to me. My, that is an exquisite sapphire pendant, and I think it would look wonderful on you. Yes, I want you to have it. While I think it would be a welcome addition to my hoard, I much prefer seeing it adorn your wonderful neck. It would really bring out the beautiful blue of my marks along your skin. Oh, and you found some clean clothes as well. Yes, I think they would suit you well. I have an idea, though. I think you should clean off the dried blood before you change into something fresh. So why don't you come for a little swim with me in the oasis? With that beautiful pendant around your neck, so that I can admire it and you in the sunlight. It's just the two of us here after all, and no one around for miles. How does that sound? Lovely. Now get undressed and join me in the water. Oh, you have no idea how good it feels to be in this form again, feeling every scale caressed by the cool, calming touch of the water, and basking in the heat of the desert sun. Don't you fear, little songbird? I am in complete control of my lightning, so you don't have to fear any sparks mixing with this crystal clear water. Now come here, swim with me. Come here, so you can perch on my horns if needed. It's very deep out here in the center of the water, and I would hate for you to sink. Though, of course, I wouldn't let you slip away into the darkness that easily. This feels right, don't you think? Just being the two of us again. Far away from that noisy, ugly city. The only good thing about it was that you were there, filling its streets with your beautiful songs. But once we return to my caves, you can sing just for me again. What was that? What does it feel like in this form? Oh, how do I begin to describe it? You know how many of you mortals have something that you don't like about your body. Not you, of course, you're perfect exactly as you are. But imagine if you felt completely comfortable with every last part of you, utterly free and at peace with your truest sense of self. That, and I have enough power to destroy entire armies in the blink of an eye, which is a wonderful sensation. But then again, you can break 1,000 hearts with a whispered word. Oh, would you care for something to eat? You must be hungry. Yes? Hold on a moment. I think that merchant had a bag of rations somewhere. Here you go. Now, make yourself comfortable on my shoulder. There is something I wish to discuss with you. You bards seem to have an innate wanderlust, and to ask you to remain forever bound to my caves would eventually break your spirits completely. and a songbird with broken wings will eventually stop singing altogether, starved of inspiration and new stories to tell. But you still wish to return with me, don't you? You still wish to be mine. That pleases me. Perhaps we can come to some manner of arrangement. Normally we dragons do not negotiate, but for you, my darling songbird, I am willing to make an exception. What I said was the truth. You are mine, and I have marked you as such. But what if you called your place at my side your home, and once a year you went out into the world to sing, dance, and inspire others with your melodic genius for about a month or so? But then when you return to me, you must bring with you a gift of some kind. Something like that beautiful pendant around your neck. Something shiny to add to my glorious hoard. To add to the pile where we lay together as lovers. But be warned, I am the last lover that you shall ever take, and I do not share those who I have marked. I have a remarkable sense of smell, and will know if you betray me. Does this sound agreeable to you, my songbird? You need time to think. Very well. For now, let us bathe in this beautiful oasis. Enjoy the rest of this afternoon, and then I shall take flight in the evening. It is good to have you back with me, my little songbird. And soon, we shall be home. My little songbird, are you ready to depart? The sun has set, so we need to leave soon. What is it? You wish to stay a little longer at the oasis? My songbird, I said that when evening falls we should head back to my caves. I've been away from them for a long time, and I grow irritable when I am far from my hoard. It'll be fine. But what if goblins have caught wind of it? Or worse, a foolish group of adventurers are getting their greedy fingers all over my treasure. I no longer have a collective of worshippers to guard it day and night, so it is almost defenseless in my absence. Yes, almost. While my true strength lies in the calamity I can unleash with my teeth and talons, along with my effortless wielding of the power of lightning. I did tell you that I placed protection wards before I left, on top of all the usual defenses. Traps, sinkholes, locked doors. Even some magical beasts that are intuitively drawn to the power and shelter my home passively provides. You should know, you managed to sneak past those defenses when you first came to me, seeking to line your pockets with silver and gold. If anything, I needed to increase my defenses after you slipped past them, to ensure you could not escape from me. But I suppose you are right. The defenses will hold. And the night sky is truly beautiful tonight. It's a curious thing, seeing the stars from a new perspective, as opposed to my balcony in my cave. Like observing how gems sparkle under a different light. Very well. I will permit us to linger at this oasis. But be warned. If we return to my home and there's an infestation of idiots crawling all over my gold, you're going to be the one to clean them out. Understand? Good. Let us sit by the oasis, where we can see the stars dance across the water. Just give me a moment. I can't get comfortable. I think there's something stuck in the scales between my wings. Songbird, would you mind taking a look? I can't quite reach there. Thank you. No, not quite. Just a little more to the left. It feels like a thorn digging into my flesh. I think you got it. Now, pull it out if you please. That's better. What was it? A piece of roof tile. I see. I suppose I did break my prison apart when I transformed, and the roof came crashing down atop us. So it makes sense that a few shards of rubble got stuck. I thought I got all of the debris out when we were swimming, but apparently not. Luckily, you have wonderfully dexterous hands. While I will be able to resume my humanoid shape when we return, and any lingering detritus will be forced out. It does feel nice, having your fingertips flow so gently around my scales. Let us get comfortable. I will coil around you and rest my head against your hip. You may lean back against my neck if you so desire. Good. Your heart is beating faster. What is wrong? Of course people got hurt when we escaped. I'm sure there were many deaths when I destroyed that building, and many more when the storm I summoned hit the city. You are soft-hearted, my songbird. I do not concern myself with the lives of most mortals, just as you do not concern yourself with the lives of ants. You may think me cruel, but I do not regret my actions. They hurt you, and my instincts took hold of me, telling me to protect you at all costs, because they threatened to take what was mine. It is true that people died, but they would have killed us both had I not acted. In time, they will rebuild, and you will forget the lives lost. Let us just focus on this moment together and the beauty of the stars above us. I wonder what the stars look like in other parts of the world. Do they hold the same beauty when observed from an icy mountaintop or from the deck of a ship out at sea? You will need to tell me when you go out into the world on your yearly journey. But do not forget to return with a glittering trinket or two as well, of course. Am I curious about seeing the rest of the world? Sometimes I wonder what treasures are hiding in the realms across the seas, or far to the north or south. Not just the ones that glitter, but other things, like the taste of foreign fruit and spices, or tomes I am yet to read, poetry I am yet to hear. But you have basked in the beauty of my hoard. You have seen the treasures I call mine. Beautiful swathes of elvish silk and dwarven wool, jewelry of every kind, from every nation upon this world. Even some pretty trinkets from the realms of fae and fiends that glitter in the sunlight or draw their strength from the shadows. I am content in many ways. But I have never seen snow. I'm curious about what that would feel like upon my scales. Even though I dislike the cold, snow is different somehow. Softer. Gentler. Would I come with you on these little adventures? No. I know that is probably not the answer you wished for, but please remember that despite our intimate connection and my moments of civility, this is what I truly am. A towering beast of primal hunger and desires. We dragons are limitless in our power, but we are still slaves to our natural instincts. Just as the wolf howls, or the fish swims, or the falcon flies, dragons covet and are tethered to what is precious to us. And I do not just speak of us chromatics. Even those pious metallics must obey their natural desires, even if they pretend to be above them. As much as I enjoy the idea of venturing out into the wild world with you, that would mean being parted from my hoard for a long, long time. Even now it has been less than a week since I left my caves to seek you out, and I already feel somewhat strained, as though my bones were being stretched between where I lie here, coiled around you, and the security of my glittering hoard of treasures. It is indeed the call of Ferod Mirik. The golden requiem never fades, and its melodic cry only grows louder the longer I am parted from what belongs to me. But it's strange. This strain was so much more intense when I first set out to find you, and since reclaiming you, it has softened. I still hunger to return to my home, but I imagine it's akin to how you feel when you think about the city you were born in. A wish to return home, to the familiar and the comfortable. Which is why it's so strange that I feel so at ease in this foreign place. An unfamiliar oasis, far from my kingdom of gold and secrets, which I have ruled over for countless centuries. But here in this oasis, there is you, and there is me. And perhaps for now, that is enough. Will you play something for me, to distract me from the siren's call of my glittering home? Thank you, my little songbird. You don't mind me resting my head on your lap, do you? I know it's heavy from all the secrets inside it. Good. I really said all that, didn't I? You really are a wonderful listener, my little songbird. I do not mean to divulge such truths to you, but I feel I'm not accustomed to allowing myself to feel vulnerable around mortals like you. But then again, there are no mortals like you, my little songbird. My ancient instincts are attuned to sense any whiff of ill intent. But around you, I do not sense any fear or deception, only desire and peace. It is an unfamiliar sensation, but one that I am finding rather enjoyable. But we must take to the skies before the night is over. Lingering here was a good idea, but let's not leave too much to chance, all right? Perfect. Now please keep playing. I think even the stars are shining brighter so they can hear your beautiful voice. Play and sing, and let this peace last as long as it can. At long last, we are home. While I did enjoy our brief respite at the oasis, I am relieved to be safe in my domain. Yes.
The very earth and air itself trembles with delight upon my arrival, shivering in anticipation of the promise of a thunderstorm. And I do not smell any intruders. Good. The last thing I wanted to concern myself with upon our return was handling any pest control. Cleaning bloodstains out of the walls is always such a tedious business. I have far more important matters to take care of. Come, my songbird. I must submerge into my opulent hoard to return to my human shape, and I wish to do it soon, so that I may embrace you fully once more. It has been difficult keeping my desires at bay, which is why I've been drinking in every moment of this chaste intimacy at your side. It is a wonderful sight to behold, isn't it? After being parted from my treasures for so long, it feels as though I'm beholding its beauty for the first time. But the time has come for me to shift this majestic shape, for now at least. Before I do, you wish to pet my muzzle one more time. I would normally be insulted being petted like a common dog, but I will never say no to more of your touch. Here, let me bend down so you can reach me. You truly do have me under your charms, my little songbird. Only a few months ago I would have swallowed you whole without thought, and now here I am, bending my head so I may indulge in a few moments of feeling your fingertips dance across my scales. While I would love for you to continue this all day, I've already given you more than enough time letting you delight in the beauty of this form. Stand back, in case you get swept up in the waves of gold that come crashing down around me. That's better. Oh, while it is so much smaller, I did miss this shape. Well, my songbird, come here. I wish to wrap my arms around you. This is so much better than the coarse sand of the desert, isn't it? Now, kiss me. I have missed feeling those soft lips against mine.
Are your wounds causing any discomfort? They've healed. Remove your shirt. I wish to check them myself. Good little songbird. I see that a scar will remain, but it seems to have healed well. Good. A little reminder of our adventures, no? However, I see that some of my bites have started to fade. Just a little. And we can't have that, can we? It looks like I will have to reapply them. Now lie back, my little songbird, and let that sweet voice echo across the caverns of my domain. I don't think I will ever tire of this. In all my centuries, I've watched the sun rise and set thousands of times, but they are made all the more splendorous when shared by your side, especially with your beautiful music filling the air. More wine, my songbird? Of course. Very clever of you, sneaking this bottle into your pack when you visited the tavern in the capital. I'm surprised it managed to survive the journey back here, but I'm glad that it did. So we could enjoy it together like this, as the burning orange of the sky turns to sublime, tranquil blue. Here, since you have your hands busy, let me raise your cup to your lips. Delicious, isn't it? Almost as delectable as you are. Let me move closer, so I may wrap my arms around you and nuzzle into your neck. It's my favorite way to hold you, after all. My little songbird. Back in the oasis, I made a proposal. A way that you could slake your wanderlust while still being mine. You call my caverns your home, but I permit you to leave once a year for a month to explore this wondrous world, upon which you return to me with a treasure to add to my hoard. Something pretty. Something made of gold. Have you given this any thought? Or are these terms agreeable to you? 3 months? Look at you. Perhaps my greed is rubbing off on you. 2 months. No more, no less. And you need to return with 2 treasures. Deal? Deal. Now turn to face me, and let's seal this bargain with a kiss, my lovely, Sweet songbird. You already know what the second treasure will be. Do tell. You'll return with something made of gold, as well as a new song for me? Well, that serves me for not specifying what kind of trinket I desired. But your talents are worth far more than silver or gold. Speaking of which, you've been hard at work these past weeks. What have you been concocting in that beautiful little mind of yours? A new epic? What is it called? The Ballad of the Sapphire Queen. I rather like the sound of that. Though I do have one little request. I know you bards are picky about feedback, but just listen to me, little songbird. While, of course, you will sing of our courtship, my power and majesty, your wit and grace, I ask that you keep some of my softer qualities a secret between us. I am the Sapphire Queen, the Cobalt Keeper, the Laughing Storm. That is what I want the world to know me as, to always fear and respect me. To hear this song and know of my splendor. But I only want you to truly know me, to truly see me. Share our story, but keep our love a secret. Yes, our love. We dragons feel desire all the time, but our stubborn hearts seldom understand the complexities that love affords. Which is why I lashed out the way I did. When I accused you of deceiving me with magic, filling my head with thoughts of you, it is because I couldn't understand why I would feel such things for a lowly mortal such as you. And that impulsive rage almost let you slip through my talons. But despite my errors, you still returned to my arms, even risking your life to save mine. In the oasis, the contentment I felt, despite being so far from home, was because of the treasure that lay at my side. This heart that beats beneath my palm as I press my hand to your warm chest is the rarest and most precious gem that I could ever hope to hold. As red and rich as the finest rubies, but as soft as elven silk. A treasure worth more than an entire world's worth of silver or gold or platinum. My followers were loyal, but they did not love me, not the way you have shown me. My precious bard, my songbird, my beloved. I, Cytarrul the Eternal. I love you. I pledge to you to keep you safe within my talons. I will shelter you beneath my wings. I will adorn your body with glittering beauty. So long as your precious heart is mine and beats with love for me in return, I will never leave you. Do you feel the same for me? You do? Well, that proves one thing. You have excellent taste in lovers. Speaking of taste, there is one thing I should tell you before you begin to plot your journey out into the world. It has been many moons since you first came to me, with a lust for adventure and treasure, and much has happened since that night. But I need to tell you, my heat is upon me once more. So while you may still plan your next adventure, you may not leave just yet. Not when my hunger is yet to be sated. Now come with me, my little songbird. I have a great desire to see you knelt before me, your eyes wide and glassy, your lips and cheeks flushed, your skin slick with sweat and musky perfume. And I think you too wish for me to use my tongue and talons to dance and wander over you, as we embrace as lovers do, atop my bountiful hoard. And while I'm certain to make tonight an event worthy of even the most celebrated and bawdy of tavern songs, let's keep the electrifying details between us, all right? Come, my little songbird, my little love. The Sapphire Queen desires you to attend her in her court of shimmering splendors, now and forevermore. If you enjoyed this ASMR tale and want to become one of the incredibly kind souls featured here, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. To access my Discord server, attend my monthly live narrations, and enjoy other perks, click on the Patreon link below. You can also catch me live on Twitch every Friday and Sunday evening, so be sure to drop by sometime. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and stay wicked and wonderful.